Good evening, race fans, and welcome to a special presentation of the Zelda 1 Randomizer. This is the May Torneo Corto Finals. On the left side of your screen, we have jessandy8. On the right side of your screen, we have cytown. Jess is hoping to get a recorder start. I don't think cytown cares. My name is JXB Adam. I'm joined on tracking by Violina23 and in the booth by Tracy M. Tracy, how's it going this evening?
Oh, going fantastic. Looking forward to this race. And yeah, so we're start first of all, you'll notice no candle in the wood sword cave. Second of all, you'll notice the wood sword cave is in its vanilla spot. In fact, all the locations are vanilla but shuffled within themselves. So the shops are shuffled within themselves. The items are different. You see an 80 rupee candle that our runners will probably have to buy unless the red candle decides to show up. We did get the recorder start. The runners can start with a recorder, a raft, or a blue candle. And the significance is the recorder is going to be hard required. We needed to get into the level 7 spot because all the dungeons are going to be in the vanilla locations. They're just not going to be necessarily in their normal locations. One of the nice things about the recorder is now we have 2 ways to get to the level 4 spot unless level 4 happens to be vanilla. So we can recorder to level 4 with the Triforce, or we can get there with the raft. cytown immediately going over to level 3's location finds level 6. Not really what you hope to start with. Oh yeah, and
Nope.
I see chat's notice. We start with 2 hearts.
Yep. So I also noticed Jess down by the power bracelet spot taking a death and redirecting her efforts. 25 rupee medium secret.
That's really small. That's actually the minimum, so that's not great. Also, yeah, the significance of the 2 heart start goes beyond just starting with only 2 hearts. Every time the runners up A out of a dungeon, they are going to start with up A in general. They are going to have 2 hearts again out of however many they have. So no matter how many hearts they have, there's always going to be starting with just 2 filled in. So yeah, it's kind of a brutal start because without a ring, you're going to always there's always going to be 1-hit KO enemies in most dungeons. Oh, and you notice how cytown killed that entire room? Yeah, no clipping. No clipping, no scrolls, none of that stuff. So yeah, cytown, remember cytown won the last one of these, so he chose these flags. And lest anyone think that cytown cannot clip, of course he can. The theory is, and I will have to ask him after the race, that he just wants people to have to do the combat instead of being able to just get those stairs for free. So.
Yeah, you'll notice cytown was setting up for a Kanana key, but already picked up a key, so
yeah,
it didn't
that wasn't
quite
gonna
work.
Oh, okay. This level 6. So yeah, we got a power bracelet out of level 6. So cytown's gonna go immediately check that out. Jess is continuing to do overworld exploration. There's blue ring and arrows. We're gonna need to most likely buy arrows. That's one other flag we have. We do have silvers and red ring forced into level 9. So there will be a silver search at the end.
So, question in chat, are the bugs fixed or simply not allowed? They're just not allowed. It's one of the flags you can turn off clipping.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the newer flags that Fred introduced maybe 6-8 months ago. It's not a very popular flag, let me tell you. I don't like it. Definitely one of the runners in this tournament was constantly worrying about, oh, that is a free red candle.
That was a red candle under the Armos. Runners will be happy to get that.
Well, cytown will be happy to get that. Jess will be happy to get that so long as she gets it before she pays $80 for the candle in...
Oh, that's true.
And to answer chat, in fact, our tracker, Violina, no, Heart Shuffle's on. Heart Shuffle is on. The only thing, just the silvers and red ring will be in 9. cytown thrilled. He knows where he has a shop for a blue ring and arrows. Has the candle. That works out really well for him. He's going to let him do the level 8 location. You might see him do level 1. Yeah, we'll get some exploration. Also, did I mention? Yeah, we also got the white sword item will be the wand. So, and we're capped at Woodsword. There's just more and more.
This flag set just keeps on giving and giving.
It does, doesn't it? Actually, I think it's a pretty fun flag set. I mean, for me, the 2-heart start is pretty brutal and not likely a flag set that I'm personally ready for. But I really like the way the vanilla dungeon locations play with the starting item. I really like that we have Woodsword cap, but that plays really nicely with the guarantee of the wand as your white sword item. So it's kind of a neat set of flags.
Yeah, we see level 4 at the vanilla level 1 spot. So I believe it's whistle to vanilla beatens. So
Whistle to vanilla beatens. So this will...
Yep.
A Triforce here will allow cytown to... Well, he's not going to continue because he has no keys. But a Triforce there will allow him to recorder to level 4 location. And so the raft won't be required unless there's some sort of block in that dungeon that you need to go to. Whatever the dungeon is over at the raft spot.
And there's that candle purchased by Jess, so...
Yeah, she's not going to...
Rip 80 rupees.
She's not going to be happy to see the Armos item. You probably pick it up anyway. It's a really good extra bit of offense, but yeah, it's definitely... I would not be happy to have spent 80 rupees on a candle and then find a free one just sitting there.
Yeah, this is 80 rupee large secret, not so great.
No,
not the worst it could be, but...
It's not so bad because we're not going to hit door repairs.
That's true. I forget that the door repairs are shuffled amongst themselves, so
yeah.
In theory, we're not going to hit door repairs. Now, if I'm playing, I'm still hitting door repairs because...
Well, see, I mean, I don't know if Jess does this or cytown did this. I know I talked to Caffey when he was playing in this tournament, suggested this, and he never did it. What I would do is I'd actually go grab a vanilla map and mark everything off ahead of time.
Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. I was actually wondering, since the caves are shuffled amongst themselves, if there was like a 50-50 chance that the wood sword would be up at the white sword cave.
No, that doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work that way.
The sword locations are not shuffled amongst themselves.
No.
Okay.
And the secret locations are going to be their same normal size. The shops are shuffled because we're shuffling items in shops, and then of course the dungeons are shuffled. Cytown's going to go ahead and try for this wand at 5 hearts.
A reasonable thing. We know it's a 2 out of 3 chance, I believe.
That's correct. And he picks it up, and Jess also going to go for the heart, go for the wand at 5 hearts. And she'll be happy to be picking that up.
Absolutely, that's an immediate double to triple in offense, depending on if they can do the double tap successfully or not. I know that I have trouble sometimes hitting A and B at the same time because I'm not coordinated, but I'm pretty sure these runners will be able to pull it off almost every single time.
The nice thing is, the wand will almost always be the one that takes precedence when you do that, and the wand's going to do more damage. That is also why you won't see runners in general use the double tap with the magic sword, because you don't want to be doing wand damage when you have magic sword. Now, that's never going to be an issue in these flags, because we're not getting a magic sword.
Yeah, I think if we got a magic sword, there would be lots of questions and sadness, because, like you'd said previously, the sword upgrades are turned off. Are they replaced by the bomb upgrades, the +2 bombs? Yes,
and you might see, if the runners run into them in the dungeons, they're absolutely going to pick up the white sword one. I would be shocked to see either one of these 2 runners go all the way to the vanilla magic sword location to pick up the bomb upgrade. I'd be shocked if either one of them got to enough hearts to be able to pick up that bomb upgrade.
Yeah, the only way I would even see that as a remote possibility would be you're finishing level 8, level 9 shuffled to vanilla 6, and you're there with no bombs. That would be about the best I could come up with, and even then, they probably won't have enough hearts to even make it possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I know cytown won't have enough hearts, because at some point he'll actively avoid them.
Ooh, that's a map. And of course, we do need to pick up maps, because Book is not Atlas in these flags.
So is that like a centaur?
Centaur, what do you mean?
The map shape.
Oh,
I'm trying to have
sure.
fun.
Sure. I'm usually not very good at name that ink blot, but I do enjoy the creative ramblings of other people in chat trying to decide what these things look like.
I'm only good at it because of a certain other commentator yelling about cactuses. Oh, and there's another place actually where we can see that blue candle coming back and biting Jess a little bit. Cytown was able to afford the bomb upgrade. It's 109 rupees, only plus 2 bombs, but it's something that's just out of reach for Jess right now.
Yeah, and she's not going to come back for it. So that's a bomb upgrade she's just never getting. Now, we'll be interested to see what Cytown does with his money. I have watched him play a lot of these. It is not unusual for him to buy a blue ring. Mostly if he has the money and is able to come across a shop. For things just like that. Because we're not getting a red ring until late, if at all. And this dungeon is pretty brutal with those whiz robes. We'll see if at some point we might see the runners decide maybe this isn't the best dungeon to be in.
Yeah, I could see that definitely with all the blue whiz robes hanging around. This to me is one of the worst enemy sets where you have the overworld that's just slinging projectiles at you, especially the Lionels, and then the underworld's full of whiz robes ready to just beam you in the face.
Yeah, and the enemies are going to be, they're, again, shuffled within themselves. So the overworld enemies are shuffled into different locations, but it's the normal overworld enemies. The dungeon enemies are your normal dungeon enemies shuffled around. So, like, Wizros wouldn't normally be in level 7, but in this case they are.
Ah, I see. I now think I completely understand most of possibly all the flags.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. And reminder, since cytown won the last of these Torneos, he was the one that chose these flags. So if he wins again, I assume, and I see Yumi in chat, he can probably confirm this, he gets to choose again. And I don't know if you're allowed to do the same flag set, or if you can just, do whatever. And also, every time I watch, like it's funny because watching Caffey in particular play these flags, who cytown beat in the last round in a very close race. There's been a lot of having to remember that you can't clip. Well, every time I see a diamond staircase, I'm expecting clipping. And we're just not going to see that today.
Yeah, that I think is probably the single hardest thing about this flag set for the experienced runners. And there's the recorder on the ground in level 7. We started with that, but it's information. And the blue boomerang in level 6.
I mean, it is information. It means that the dungeon at vanilla level 7 is in logic. So things can be there. We had, in fact, in cytown's race yesterday, the recorder was at the recorder they started with was at the ladder spot. So it just immediately made that whole location ladder blocked. And when they were looking for a ladder, the runners knew not to go there looking.
Yeah, that's always follow the logic. You can break logic, but make sure that you realize where you're breaking logic. Otherwise, you might be spending a lot of time looking for something that's just not going to be there. Yeah,
I mean, fortunately in this randomizer, it isn't that bad. Oh, that's just rude.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
This room doesn't drop in any way, shape, or form, in any quest, in any shape, in anything, and yet we're stuck here having to kill a digdogger because the shutter door decided to close on cytown.
Yep, that and the fact that there's just, looking at it, there's no bomb out. So, gotta take out the digdogger.
And cytown really wants to get this second item. I don't blame him. I know he doesn't want to come back here.
Yeah, and because the cytown has found the floor item, he knows he's looking for a stair.
That's right.
There's a level 6.
It's got a segment. It's always fun when they have these little segments. And by fun, I mean not fun. At least not for the runners.
That's okay. Remember, we're here for chat's fun. I feel bad for the runners, but we want chat to enjoy themselves. That's what we're trying to do, hopefully, and not upset the runners too bad with horrible curses.
Well, I mean, to be fair, a good race is what is the most fun. So look at that.
Oh boy,
That
wow.
is huge for cytown. That is an absolute terrible location for that bow. And Jess, we don't know when Jess goes back for that. So cytown getting a crap item and a great item all at the same time. I know Jess would disagree with the recorder being a crap item. I would disagree too if they hadn't started with it.
Exactly. I was going to say the start with it is what makes it not a great item. If they hadn't started with it, it would be a wonderful thing to pick up in this flag set.
Oh, in any flag set, really.
I think the worst time to get a recorder is if it's important items in 9. So the recorder's in 9 and it's whistle to unbeaten. Then it's pretty bad, unless you need it for a dig dogger.
I mean, yeah, the dig dogger factor doesn't go away ever until you've rescued Zelda. So. All right, cytown first on the board with the Triforce at a level 7. He knows where there's arrows. We'll see how long it takes him to go get them.
And we see Jess in level 3, which was under Recorder Lake.
First, he's gonna recorder right to 7. He'll join Jess in level 3.
There's a ladder on the floor in level 3, in fact.
Interestingly enough, actually, that ladder is kind of a big item. I mean, like it may sound like I'm being because ladder's always a big item. But one of the things I've noticed in these flags is the easier the ladder is, the faster the flag. I mean, by far, like we've seen some absolute horrible ladder locations in some of these seeds, including the one that's the cytown played last night, as opposed to Jess, who by the way won her race against Eat My Steel pretty handily. That ladder was much easier to find.
Absolutely. And, ooh, that room doesn't look like much fun.
I mean,
bunch of blue dark
nuts? Yeah, that's never fun.
Possible stair. Oh, and if chat hasn't figured it out already, I believe all the dungeons are shapes.
Yes. We do have shapes dungeons.
My favorite part about Shapes Dungeons, if I happen to be playing, is the fact that I don't really know the vanilla layouts very well, so when I'm bombing walls that will never bomb, at least in Shapes, I can say, well, I didn't know. There's the Triforce for cytown.
My favorite thing about Shapes Dungeon is that I do know the vanilla dungeons way too well, and I'm happy to do something different. Did we get the stair item out of 3?
I did not see the stair item out of 3.
Okay.
But we see a reverse C room. This one usually drops in level 3, though, so let's see if this will drop. Yeah. See, I learned one whole drop room so far.
Well, I mean, to be fair, most rooms drop. There are a handful that never drop, and there's as it turns out, 1, 4, and 5 are the culprits of are the culprits of whether things drop or not, because most rooms that only drop in certain dungeons either drop in those dungeons or don't drop in those dungeons. 2Q dungeons is a little bit different, but we're not doing 2Q here, so we're not going to worry about those.
Yeah, and we see cytown has seen the magical boomerang in level 6. Here is the stair in level 3.
Yeah, I think cytown is just playing this in go mode. Let's think about this. He's got the bow. He knows that silvers are in 9. He's gonna have to get money for arrows, so he's gonna at some point have to go get some secrets to get the arrow money.
Wooden boomerang in 3. Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Yeah, he doesn't really need anything else. He might pick up floor hearts, but I don't think he'll pick up staircase hearts. And again, we'll see if he chooses to buy a blue ring at some point. But at this point, getting enough money to buy that blue ring might be a bit longer than he wants to take, especially since he needs to prioritize arrows at some point. Yeah,
the only way he's getting the blue ring is if he hits you said that all the secrets are shuffled. Are they shuffled amongst themselves, or are they in their vanilla spots?
No, they're in their vanilla spots. So the large secrets will be the one right here that Jess is about to get in the Deadwoods. There's one in the South Forest, and then there's the one in the very northeast corner near the gambling corner. Game. Yep. So those are your secrets.
And here we go, folks. We're seeing the Lost Woods as the developers intended.
Yep. Northwest, southwest. I mean, if you're playing Second Quest, you'd better figure that out, or you better learn how to clip, because otherwise it won't work. And cytown walks right into a blue landmo, and yeah, 2 hearts, no ring, that's not healthy.
Oh, it's just a one-way ticket back to start. And at this point, cytown bailing and moving on to something else.
Yeah, this might be a point where he gets some money to get those arrows. There's a... okay, he's already gotten that secret. Or he's going to check the level 1 location. And takes a sword to the back.
Yay, Lionel's on the... Well, Lionel's are on the overworld because it's vanilla enemies on the overworld, but yay, shuffled. And just discovering that the 109 bomb upgrade is just 2 bombs.
Yeah, but she, spending that money for that makes a lot of sense for her.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if for the fact that she's already seen the bomb upgrade in 7, that she wouldn't pick up both of them if she has the money.
Yeah, and to comment in chat, there are things. cytown will pick up floor hearts because they aren't super far out of the way. I don't think he'll pick up. He won't. I doubt he'll pick up any stair hearts. He'd pick up any key. He'd pick up the +2 bombs for sure.
So
probably...
is the book an atlas? That's my question.
Book is not an atlas, so you don't want to pick that up.
Book useless.
Book worse than useless. Alright, we see Jess in level 5, Sai in level 4. Blue Darkness, when you can stand the ladder safely, is very nice, and especially since they are in the health drop group, so you should be able to get some health. As we see cytown picking up a fairy. And this room in level 4 is one of those rooms that only drops in 1, 4, and 5. Now, some of them drop... yeah, don't pick that up.
Ooh, that was close.
So yeah, he cleared that room and did not get what he was hoping to get there. But does confirm what the item is, which is nice. And we do get a map.
And that's yet another glorious shape. I've been noticing that the shapes have felt more linear. Maybe that's just bias on the last several seeds I've seen, but very, very linear looking shapes.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of tends to happen that way at times, and then other times you get these big blocks. And it depends on the dungeon itself. Like, 6 tends to be very blocky. 4 and 5 are a little more likely to have these kind of linear shapes. I don't know why that is. It just seems to be the way it is. It doesn't, and of course, nothing is true in all cases.
Of course.
Jess up to 8 keys, by the way.
See, that's one way to avoid the any key.
Yeah.
I don't know what the magic number is in level 9, but it's probably around 11 or 12 keys. They're going to just ignore everything because there won't be that many key doors, or you will get keys to replenish.
I mean, I'm not feeling too bad if I can get 5 keys going into level 9. Now, is 5 keys enough? Not necessarily. At 5 keys, I'm definitely clearing rooms to get more keys. But at 11 or 12, I may not be doing that. In fact, I have, with double-digit keys, given up 4 keys to a mugger before. So, in fact, in last night's race, both runners, cytown and Caffey, gave up 4 keys to a mugger. Those bombs are keys, and they both had double-digit keys. You don't see that very often. All right, cytown finishing with level 4 and finds level 9 at the raft spot. So, and Jess finds her candle. Also of note, we got the power bracelet early, but all the power bracelet is going to do is get us our any roads. Since, with the locations shuffled amongst themselves, cytown back into 6 with a little more health. Well, okay, with his health filled up, I think is maybe the better way to put it.
Yeah, that makes sense why in the starting items the power bracelet wasn't included.
Yeah, I mean it's I kind of described it as a meh item. Like, you pick it up because it is fast travel to some extent, but it doesn't really do a lot. And round 2 with the Landmo and Cytown finishes it off just fine. Jess in level 4.
Let's see if Jess gets Y-booked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little... I mean, I've seen it when... The worst is I've seen it when the book has been under the Armos. It's really hard not to pick up the Armos item.
Oof, another death because of those dark nuts for Jess.
Oh, dark nuts are not easy.
No, and, you know, if you're on 2 hearts, they're basically one-hit kills right now, unless you've got a blue ring.
Yeah, the blue ones will do 2 hearts of damage, the reds will only do 1, and I say only, like, as if that's a really low amount. But yeah, it is very painful. And Cytown, finding that compass, is going to beeline it to the Triforce.
Yeah, I think you had it absolutely correct that it's Triforce and going. We can see here that this Triforce in level 6 is ladder blocked.
Yeah, well, the ladder was easy to find, so it's fine. And I'm wondering when Cytown's going to go pick up his arrows at 90 rupees. I think that's enough. I do not remember the exact amount. Okay, I think this is going to be a recorder to level 6 location. And then he can pick up... He saw an arrow shop in that area. So you can pick up those arrows and then head up to level 9. The level 9 location, you can't recorder to because it's not a vanilla dungeon. So you have to walk to that one.
Yep, and we see Jess has decided that I forget what level she was in. I think it might have been, what was it, 4 that had all the dark nuts?
Mm-hmm.
And we see Cytown going and grabbing this heart.
There it is. He's proved me a liar. He went for a stair heart, which, I mean, honestly, he only had 5, so I can't say I blame him at all.
So at this point, I will be a little surprised if Cytown goes out of the way to pick up hearts. And I have been surprised. Like, I can predict what a runner will do, and I will be wrong somewhere around 90% of the time, because that's just how it works.
Yeah, I see one of our other participants, bbq.gov, saying you really do feel the 2 heart start instead of 3. Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it not only takes away, like, puts you in where you're just dead to almost everything, but once you pick up that first heart, you're at 3 hearts, and you still don't get your beam swords when you up A. You're just back to 2.
Hey, Jess has made her way into level 8. I did not see where this level 8 was. But that's a map, and it's segmented, because that's fun.
You know what's fun? Segments. That's what Shapes does. And Wizropes. Wizropes are fun, question mark.
Map for Cytown for level 5. And there's the compass.
And the immediate turnaround and probably beeline right to the Triforce.
Yeah, no question. And this is where the bow is just... Cytown already having the bow is just going to keep adding up and adding up and adding up, because the... like, this level 8... I imagine there's a really good chance Jess is going to dig out at least 2, if not all 3 of these items here. And we know the nicest thing she can find at this point is going to be the any key.
That's true. It's going to be the any key and hearts, probably. I think the raft is outstanding still.
Yeah, the raft would get you an extra take any, so the runners could grab a potion or a heart from there.
Well, without the letter, the potion certainly wouldn't be a terrible choice, I think.
Yeah, the runners could get the letter. Cytown, I've seen both get the letter. I'm trying to think if I have seen him get the letter. A lot of times he just leaves a take any and grabs a potion at the end. We'll have to see what he decides to do here.
Well,
did buy the arrows.
Yep. That's what I was just about to mention. They are at a very mild discount of 2 rupees at 78.
Oh, one large secret. You can get it. You only have to pay 78 out of that 80.
Have we seen the bomb price yet? I can't remember.
We have, and it was 20-something, I want to say. It wasn't cheap. It wasn't, absurd either. And cytown finds level 1 at level 9, which is a much nicer dungeon to find than this level 8 that Jess is in right now. And both are going to be dealing with Wizrobes, because those Wizrobes are right there. Might see cytown clear some easier rooms just to maybe get something nice and extra. Got a little surprised he's going for this room, but
compass.
It could be this could be
Compass,
the try, could be the compass, could be the map. Like, there's definitely things that you can find that are nice.
I was a little surprised to see him exit the room, but I guess he's just locking it in on the 2 hearts just in case.
Yeah,
because a bop's a bop, and heart.
Yeah, free heart in the floor, you take it. There's that compass. That Triforce is not very... Yeah, I mean, this is either a very long and thin level 1, or it's segmented. Also, cytown probably really happy he picked up those arrows, seeing that Pole's voice there.
Absolutely. Nothing makes me happier than having arrows when there's Pole's voice. Unless, of course, I'm playing on a Famicom system and I have a second controller that I can just scream into.
Yeah. And of course, the other reason why you might see cytown clear, especially a room like this with Zols, also would love to find some extra keys.
Absolutely. The more keys, better, I think.
So far, I believe Jess has found 1 heart in 8. This looks like it could be one of her items right here. Given that there are all those extra transports. Yeah, nice little flat... That piece sticking up with the Triforce is just ruining everything. And any key on the floor right before having to go through that key door, that is a really nice find for cytown.
So, I'm thinking cytown is now completely in... I'm just going at the Triforces mode.
Yeah, because he has the keys. He doesn't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, the last thing that's in cytown's way would be a very trolly level 9.
I mean, level 9 being trolly is not exactly unusual, but both runners will have to deal with that.
That is true.
And it was level 9 that was a differentiator in that race last night. He had a better level 9 than his opponent Caffey, and because up until that point they were neck and neck. It's a little sad that race didn't get aired because it was so good.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's okay. I was going to say that we saw cytown take advantage of the any roads, actually, to get over here to level 2's location. Like
I said, it's not a bad item, but it's kind of meh. It's like, okay, I'm happy to have it, but like, can you give me something better? Okay, we're done with 2.
And yeah, and level 2, everybody.
Bye 2. It's another place that when Jess gets there is probably gonna dig that too. Now, it's a small dungeon, so it's not like it's gonna be a huge bit of time. But the fact that cytown got to see 2 rooms and get out, huge difference.
I'll just say this one Pole's voice room will be a huge difference if cytown even gets this deep into level 8.
Yeah, I don't know if Jess has seen the Triforce in 8 yet, so The good news for her is that cytown could end up spending a ton of time in 8 just looking for the Triforce. This dungeon is humongous.
The real bad news, though, is this is cytown's last dungeon
before
heading to 9.
Once he finds that Triforce, he's going to be done and head to 9. We'll see if he decides to go for any safeties. Yeah, that map was pretty immediate. It's a tough one because you don't have a ring, you don't have the money for a blue ring. You'd like to have a potion, but the potion letter is kind of out of the way. And then you have to go buy the potion at the potion shop, and you don't know where your opponent is. Well, on the other hand, one of the things that can, if you're cytown, you think you're ahead, you maybe buy the potion, realizing that one of the best ways to get your opponent back in it is to die deep in level 9. But on the other hand, if it's super close, then buying that potion could be the difference between winning and losing. And of course, he has no idea where Jess is.
That's absolutely right, and I have it on very good authority in most games. Dying is slower than not dying.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, you say that, but like in Link to the Past, there are times where we purposely take death warps to get out of the dungeon. So there are strategic deaths in some games.
well, of course.
We don't have Link to the Past doesn't have up A. Yeah, there's that heart that Jess got. I would really be surprised at this point. cytown with 7 hearts if you pick that up.
And there's a floor heart right on the way to the Triforce for Jess. I think this was a triple heart 8 if I saw correctly.
I did not see the floor item, so if you saw a heart on the floor, then yes.
The floor was a heart right outside of the Triforce room here with the Tridonga room.
There you go. Then it's a triple heart, because we saw two stair hearts.
So yeah, I think the tail of this particular match is going to be that bow on level 7.
Oh, absolutely.
As obvious as that may be.
Like, if Jess stays in and grabs that bow, this could be a totally different story. And obviously, if Jess had gotten the bow and cytown had not, this would be a totally different story. Now, if the bow were elsewhere, then who knows, right?
Well, absolutely. And, that's just the nature of Randomizer, right?
Yeah, and there's Jess into level 2. And we're going to see more of this, too, from Jess. And we might even get to see the map, which is always fun.
Well, she already started going left instead of up, so that's one way it's different.
For her, that's probably better. I would feel worse digging, seeing the Triforce right away and then digging rather than digging and then seeing the Triforce. So, that actually is not so bad. Because she would have gone. There's no way you don't dig at level 2 when you're still looking for the bow.
Yeah, and unfortunately, just heart after heart after heart. So maybe that magical bomb upgrade will be in Jess's future.
cytown's gonna check this stair. It is a transport. I was gonna say the transport, but we have a segment. I think that is taking him near where the Triforce is, but he doesn't know that.
I think that the Triforce, it's right. It's right in that area.
I know, it's somewhere in the middle of the map, and there's that level 2.
Oh, it's one room south of this room right here.
Yeah, there's your floor heart, by the way. So yeah, confirmed. Definitely a triple heart 8 then.
Yeah, and I think that cytown's going south here. We'll kill the Tridongos. We'll have his Triforce, I believe. This is just an absolute clinic on how to play The Legend of Zelda, by the way, for anybody watching.
cytown's one of the best. Jess,
yes.
No slouch herself, has really, really gotten quite good. And, again, the qualifier, she was only like a minute behind cytown. So, she's definitely showed herself to be a force to be reckoned with. But when cytown doesn't make mistakes, he's really hard to beat.
Well, it doesn't even have to be not making mistakes. It's just if Cytown gets one right order that is not got. Like, see, we're gonna. Oh, are we picking up the heart? Yes.
We are picking up the heart.
Whistling. Oh, I thought he was gonna go up for the take any, and then I'm like, oh yeah, there's no raft.
Yeah, no raft.
Of course, we're not gonna do that.
So it's gonna get that heart and go straight over to. Well, wants to go to level 4, vanilla location. There we go.
Find where the whistle is and then whistle.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's usually what I do, so... Alright, so...
That was an immediate roar, wasn't it?
I did not hear, but I will trust your ears more than I will trust my ears for not hearing it.
Oh, that might be a mistake.
No, I hear a roar. It's below here. Yep, we found Ganon. And that's actually, I mean, when you know exactly where Ganon is and you don't have to test it, it's really nice to not know you don't have to up A out of that room. We do have to find silvers, though.
Yeah, it's true. Let's see if Jess does stay in level 7 and dig out the bow. Based on the play so far, I would anticipate that she's going to.
Okay, it's like we have the Dark Nuts, not the Whiz Robes, in level 9. I'd rather have Dark Nuts than Whiz Robes, definitely.
Well, I won't argue. I would much rather just have Zols.
I can't argue with that either.
And we see Jess is in the correct area for the bow.
Yeah.
I think this
So
might
she's
even
gonna
be the room.
Yeah, I think this is it right here. Hi, Zelda's room. Bye, Zelda's room. Zelda, not in a room today.
Oh no, it's a transport. It wasn't that room. It was a different one.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no, and now she's really far away from it. That's really unfortunate.
Oh, I'm surprised she didn't go back through that transport just to pick up the last couple rooms.
Yeah,
up in
same.
That top right of the dungeon. I guess northeast is the correct way to put it in cardinal directions, but
Yep.
me and cardinal directions aren't the best of friends.
And don't know if she's found her extra recorder. I know it's somewhere around this area in level 7. I think it was in this column, in the E column that she's in right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she cleared the room that had it or not. I think she might have, given she's not clearing rooms and just seems to be looking for stairs.
I want to say that it was not even a room you had to clear, but I'm not sure. Yeah, this enemy set in 9 is not bad. Oh, silvers for Cytown.
Silvers.
Now here's the fun part. Because he's up Aing, he doesn't have a potion. He's got to do this on 2 hearts.
2 heart wood sword Ganon. This is Cytown. He'll be fine.
Anybody can
In all
mess
honesty,
that up.
oh, okay. It does not take much to be just 1 pixel off and
yeah, there we
take
go.
one
Now
of
we can
those sweet Ganon hugs.
Yeah, that fairy was really nice because now he can take a Ganon hit. Now if he can keep this stun lock, he's gonna be fine. This is really beautiful.
Oh, and a shutter door. Could the kidnapped be right next door?
She could.
I don't remember if there was a door down in the other room that was a shutter door open. We might find out shortly. I'll bet there was another door, because Cytown immediately going elsewhere. Maybe, did he see the door?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
No, I meant the actual door.
Oh, I have not seen it. Yeah, actually you can see on his map he's been in that room.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think it's something that a lot of people say is just track your 9s.
Yeah, and you know, Cytown tracks by paper and pencil, so classic way to track.
Yes, it's actually quite impressive. I believe he's got laminated sheets.
Yep, I do believe that's correct.
I'd asked at one point, and I think I was lucky enough to have cytown send me a picture of them, and they are
Nice.
impressive.
Hey, whatever works best for you. There we go. There she is.
There she is. Get your GGs out for cytown.
Okay, cytown just killed this seed. 44-33. I mean, poor Jess. Just absolutely destroyed this seed. It's probably, I mean, I haven't watched everybody play, and I know some people have played seeds offline, but that's probably a record for this flag set, which, you know, I mean, considering he created the flag set, like, he's backed it up by doing really well in it, and that's really cool.
And we see an immediate toss in the flag by or toss in the towel by Jess.
Yeah,
she doesn't want to finish this one out. I can't blame her. So if we haven't got our GGs out for Jess, let's get our GGs out for Jess as well. The runner-up in this month's Torneo Corto.
I see jessandy8 waiting. cytown said he's coming in too, but we'll get them both in here. Jess, if you're listening, come on up.
And we are joined by our tournament runner-up, Jess. Jess, how's it going?
Hey, Jess. GG's.
How?
I mean, the simple answer is cytown. You both were in 7 early, and cytown found the bow, and you didn't.
Oh, yeah, because I got, murdered in the face by that blue wizzy room.
It was a terrible dungeon. To be fair.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can tell how much murder because you took 8 deaths so far this seed, Jess, and I think Sai even took 3. And that's an unusual number of deaths.
Yeah, I think 5 deaths of mine were in, the first 5 minutes just on the overworld trying to move around.
I mean, that makes sense. You got Lionels everywhere because they're not just holed up in Death Mountain. And, 2 hearts, that's an immediate death, so...
Yeah, I think there was a blue Darknet room that had your number as well.
But while we're waiting...
in 4, the maze room. Or the, maze room.
Yeah, the 2Q push, the 2Q maze push room.
Yes.
But yeah, while we're waiting for cytown to come on in here, what are your thoughts on the flag set?
Well, first of all, cytown.
Also, GG cytown.
Hey, thanks.
I was just asking Jess to talk about her thoughts on the flag set, but we can start with that. But man, you just killed that seed.
Yeah. So, just so you know, Jess, I got lucky. So I kind of went into 6, found a power bracelet, went up to Death Mountain, got the red candle, saw where the arrow shop was at, then went back to start and started working on hearts to go get the wand, got the wand. And because I was already up there at the white sword item, I decided to go into the dungeon, saw it was 7, said screw it, we're gonna dive. Found the bow deep in 7, but it made sense to keep going for both items at that point because of how far I was into it. So got lucky, found a bow early. Then whistled to 7, ended up being level 3, got the ladder real quick, and it was in go mode. And it was like nothing after that.
Wow.
Yep, that describes it really well.
Yeah, so it was just one of those things where I would never dive 7 first, except it's all the way up there in that stupid level 5. I don't want to walk back up there. And so I just did it and got lucky and scored a bow out of it.
And I tried. I as soon as I got the wand, I went in there as well. But I got murdered in the face by that blue Wizrobe room and then up-A'd and said I'd come back later.
I don't blame you. I got lucky in that blue Wizrobe room. I didn't even get hit. I just walked right through them and
Wow.
they just said hi. They just said hi. They didn't throw anything at me. So
That's true.
So I got lucky, made it through 7, and that pretty much just. I had a hunch that unless you did the same thing I did, there wasn't going to be much of a chance of a close race at that point because it felt pretty fast after that.
Yeah,
It was.
honestly, when I saw the race time room, flicker, it took me like a double take. I'm like, wait, we're 44 minutes in. What just happened?
Yeah, this is the fastest one of these seeds I've had, and even in 9, it was a 13, 14, 16 room 9.
Oh
For
wow,
Silver,
it was fast.
Silver, Ganon, and
Immediate
Kirk.
roar.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was just one of those where it's just stupid. Everything was stupid for the how I played.
I mean,
I didn't feel like I played dumb, but like it was stupid the way things fell.
I mean, to be fair, you had a different kind of stupid seed last night. So
I had a really stupid seed last night, but yeah.
I mean, it feels like to me, whether the ladder location seems to play a huge role as to how long these seeds take. Because
Yep.
last night, like you and Caffey were neck and neck, found the ladder within seconds of each other, entered 9 within seconds of each other. That ladder was in a completely awful spot. With words that I mean, I would use certain words, but this is speed gaming. I can't use those words, for how bad that ladder was.
Oh yeah.
And then this one, just free on the floor in level 3 with the recorder you started with,
Yeah, a little bit different this go round than last.
See, I liked my seed last night, cytown. I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Yeah.
your seed had an easy ladder. I don't remember where it was, but I remember you had it pretty early. So.
But no, this flags that you're asking about, Tracy.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's talk about that.
For this overworld, a 2-heart start was torture.
Mm-hmm.
So many Lionels. Like, so many Lionels. And you can't scroll around them. But it makes it really interesting, right? Because it's Heart Shuffle on. So you're still trying to dig dungeons, but at least you know where they are. But then you can't cross the river with a scroll. So you have to find a ladder at some point or walk your rear all the way around through the maze. And it's interesting. I actually did watch, like, I think late last week, maybe. cytown play some of this as practice and kind of like the thought process. And Cy, I think you were like, you're gonna blitz getting hearts and blitz to the wand. And I'm like, all right, I'm playing like Cy. I'm gonna try to blitz to the wand. And it took me a little longer because of deaths.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you, cytown, about your choice of these flags. Caffey and I were talking about it, and he suggested that. I mean, obviously you know how to clip. Like, let's be absolutely clear.
Yeah.
But his suggestion was that you like the combat, and you like now you're gonna force the players to do that combat to get into those diamond staircases, and that was maybe one of the reasons why you went for the no clipping.
Yeah, it's pretty keen observation there. Yeah, I just wanted to make it to where there would be like some actual strategy and not just whoops, I found something. But this particular seed, sometimes the randomizer just does it.
Yeah.
But like this at least forced you to be like, there's only one weapon upgrade and it's the wand.
Yep.
You know where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
So either work for it or have fun with your wood sword the rest of this time. And I like combat, but I like combat with the wand a lot better. So
There you go.
So I'm gifting it to myself too. It's just if you want to work for it or allow yourself to maybe have a few minutes without a Triforce or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's just where it gets pertinent, I guess, after a while.
Yeah, I actually really like the balance between the wood sword maximum and the wand that you knew you'd be able to get at a specific location, and just question of whether it's 4, 5, or 6 hearts. I actually thought that was a really nice balance that you put in there.
Yeah, this birthed out of a weekly that we did that Smash set up. So Smash and I were chatting it up. Homer J Smash, if people don't know. But Smash and I were discussing one of the weeklies and how to set it up, and kind of started with a 2019 brackets format and then kind of built it out, and then I kind of did my own thing off of that. And it was just a lot of fun just to play around a little bit, set something up. I don't know if everybody enjoys 2-heart start. I get that it's a little bit harder, but it's more about making you have to go get hearts in the overworld. More than it is about the combat portion. Although, Jess, you're exactly right. I got sniped trying to get into that Vanilla 1 location myself.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, that sucked. That was like just a couple pixels away. But I had fun doing it. I guess I got to do it again. I got to make something else up now.
Yeah, that's the question, right? As winner, you get the honor.
Yeah, Yumi, I see you in chat. Does he have to come up with something different, or how does that work?
Oh, I won't do the same thing twice. I promise.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, yeah, just make it interesting.
So,
not doing the same thing twice. That makes sense.
So next month it's 1-heart start. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's basically Oko at that point.
I mean, the 2-heart start almost is without a ring, so.
I don't think we had as many participants this month as in some previous months. I might have failed the community on that front, so I'll try to do better for next month.
Although to be fair, I was toying. I mean, I've only been playing this game for a few months and participating in the mentor mentee master apprentice. That's the term. Battle Royale. I was toying with the idea of even playing the qualifier, but I just I had too many other things to work on. The 2-heart start probably was the scariest thing. But yeah. I did, I think if I was a little more experienced and not busy in that other thing, I played it. I don't think I would have been top 8. Let's be clear.
Yeah, and I definitely didn't mean it for like a gatekeeping purpose. It was more about just the strategy of going and getting the hearts and actually taking your time to do it.
Well, I mean, remember what I told you. You pick flag set that you're going to have fun with, and I think you did.
I really enjoyed these a lot. I hope everybody else did. I think
it was still fun. I will humbly offer up, Lucky Links as a base flag set for next month if you would be so inclined.
What is that?
That's important item drops, so you can kill a moblin and get a mags.
No.
I think there are some limitations to some of the crazier flags there, Jess.
I can flat out tell you that important item drops is one of the banes of my existence. There's no way in heck.
Aww.
I am such a petty fool, but no.
I don't think that's petty or being a fool to not want that flag on.
I get really whiny when I hear about when the important items, you don't know what room it's going to be in. All the items could be in one dungeon or whatever. There's also those kind of seeds.
Oh, the shuffle miner dungeon.
Oh my god, I hate that.
See, I liked that one in the seed of the week. That was fun.
See, you might as well be playing Link to the Past at that point, because you can have a dungeon with 8 items.
That's Link to the Past right there.
Pretty much.
This is Z1R. Let's keep it Zelda 1.
At least for me, that's what I want out of it. I know if people enjoy it, oh my god, have fun, play with it, do what you want. But not me, not it.
No, GG's again, cytown.
Yeah,
you have a month? Less than a month, because the next torneo will be on June 6th. The next qualifiers.
All right, cool.
Well, I look forward to see what you come up with this time, and maybe, just maybe, I'll consider playing myself. So.
The more the merrier. Just join in. Even anybody who's watching, you can play, and even if you don't hit top 8 and qualify for the fun, you still get to play around with everybody, and you can kind of fiddle with the flags and just get more familiar with different things that are in the randomizer, because it's pretty stinking cool.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Anything else either one of you would like to add before we go ahead and close this out?
I'll say just thanks again to Tracy, Adam, and Violina for hopping in the booth on this special event. It's always fun to do, and nice little bridge between the Winter-Spring Tournament and the Rookie Rumble.
Don't forget about Adam.
I said Adam.
She said
me. Tracy, Adam, and Violina.
Yeah,
I got you.
She called me out.
There we go. Adam. There you go.
I can just tell with Sai telling people to jump in and play. Pedantic must not be in the chat, because Pedantic's always egging me on to join everything.
Do it.
Yeah, you should. It's fun. Even even if like the first time I ever played, I got matched up with the first time I ever played in a race ended up in a swordless tournament, and the first person I had to play was Captain Green, and I got curb stomped, and and I didn't know how to clip, I didn't know how to do anything, and but I didn't mind, I had fun, and you know, just get better the more you play. But thank you to everybody who took your time out just to let Jess and I have some fun in front of everyone. Appreciate y'all, and you all have a great evening.
Yeah, thank you very much, cytown.
Of course. Thank you,
Jess.
cytown, for the flags and for the tournament. You, Jess, Yumi, I believe, has been the driving force behind these torneos. If I'm incorrect about that, please yell at me and tell me I'm wrong.
That's my understanding as well. And Druis, yes.
And Druis, yes, of course. So I don't have anything else for tonight. Tracy, you want to bring us home?
Sure, yeah. Thank you to Adam for joining me. Thank you to Violina, the tracker, always the MVP of our tournaments and our races. And of course, thank you to our runners, jessandy8 and cytown. If you're not already followed them, please do give them both a follow. They're great watches. And yeah, that is going to do it for us. Stay tuned. We have Rookie Rumble flags being played on the weeklies on Sunday nights at 9:30 into the Rookie Rumble that is coming up next month. And so there's a lot more Zelda 1 action coming up, plus the vanilla tournament that's going on. I believe there's some races going on right now on some other speed gaming channels, so do check those out if you will. I do want to thank everybody again, and we'll see you at whatever the next race is.
Yep. Good night, everybody.